It's McCabe and Jenny from the Afternoon Mix, and today we are headed to Malibu, California for a singer, songwriter, super talented Haylee Joe. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing good. I guess things are good. I mean, you're in Southern California. Have you been writing music there your entire life?
Literally right here, like where I'm at in my bedroom is where it all began. So yes.
It's so funny. We were at a concert on the other night for Jake, and his whole set on stage was his like bedroom, and he was talking about that's where he wrote a lot of his music. Is that kind
Yeah.
of the same for you? And when did you start writing music?
It all started during 2020. I had never written a song before in my whole life, and I love to sing always. But my dad was like, if you want to be a singer one day, you have to write a song. And I was like, shoot, well, I don't know how to do that. And then I randomly just like wrote down a set list of fun song ideas and titles that I liked. And that whole day, I spent writing an EP that ended up being my debut EP. And it was like this epiphany. And I just started writing songs I never had ever. It was crazy.
So when did you decide to get into what you call the dark pop lane? Because I know your debut EP is a little different than what you've got going now.
Yeah. I mean, it started, my whole inspiration with music was like, I just liked scary things. So that was like the idea of like an EP inspired by Halloween, and my favorite like horror movies, because I thought it was something that hadn't really been done before. And now my current music, I feel like is actually like dark pop in the sense that the chords are minor. And I just like things that can be a little bit like, I don't know, it's not dark and sad. It's just dark and minor chords and fun sounds that like sound spooky to me because I just like can't stop with scary things.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, you had have a song called Norman Bates, which is, the psycho character. So, I mean, is coming up on Halloween, is that like your favorite time of year?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I go to Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know if you guys are familiar in Hollywood. I
Oh
go
yeah.
like twice a week. Like every single week I'm there, first in line. I want to be scared. Come at me with a knife. I'm here for all.
Speaking of loving thrillers, you consider yourself a psycho movie buff. How did someone like you get into a movie that originated in the early 60s? Like, when did that start?
Um, I watched my first horror movie when I was 5. Chucky was on the TV, and I sat down and watched it as if it was Barney. I loved it. I thought it was so interesting. And Psycho actually was, I didn't know it takes place on December 11th, which is my birthday. And I realized that after I wrote the song Norman Bates and I watched it again, like just to be like, oh, what is my song, about? So I watched the movie again. It opens with December 11th, which is my birthday, which is super weird. And I didn't realize that as I was writing that song.
Have you had a psycho themed birthday party then since then?
I actually have. I've had not Psycho specifically, but actually my 22nd birthday, it was called The Nightmare Before Christmas, which was my debut EP. And then my Christmas EP was called Nightmare. And the next one was Before Christmas. And it was like a spooky Christmas party. So yeah.
So you've got the Before Christmas, you've got the Halloween EP, you
Yeah.
just released your most recent EP, You Got Me. How is
Yeah.
this one different from the other two?
This one's totally different. I wrote it in a different way. I started with like a different idea where I wanted it to be like super like pop songs, not I just wanted to take like a new fresh look at my music because I'm older now and I wanted to try new things. I had a different producer. I just wanted like different influences. Um and I'm so proud of this music. Like the kind of music that You Got Me is what I want to continue to do moving forward. Because it's the kind of stuff I would listen to. I wanted to make songs that I would turn on and be like, this is what I want to dance to tonight.
And we play 24/7 on the Mix New Music Club, which when you break it down, it sounds like a wild night out that also
Yeah.
I heard in there included some In-N-Out burger.
Yes. Yes. That was like one of the first lyrics I wrote. I was like, in my head, I was like, I want like a drive-through moment. I want like a 24/7 sign. And I was like, In-N-Out has to be in there because that is like the most California thing you could possibly do at all hours of the night. In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, for those who haven't been to Southern California, can you tell us about Animal Style
Oh my gosh.
on the menu?
Animal Style is like, you can get Animal Style on your burger and on your fries, which is basically extra spread, melted cheese and grilled onions. And it's like essential. Like the fries are nothing unless they are Animal Style.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know had it. Have you experienced
Oh yeah.
this?
Oh yeah. Love it. Please send us some.
Yeah.
I will, absolutely.
I saw that you recently got to perform the main stage at the Orange County Fair. First of all, loved your outfit because it reminded me of Britney Spears when she wore the jean outfit to the AMAs. So what inspired your outfit?
Oh my gosh, I love this question. I'm obsessed with fashion and I love DIYing things. So I like bedazzled my dress myself because I wanted it to be sparkly. And because it was the fair, I wanted it to be like a little bit more rustic, but I didn't want it to be yeehaw because that's not my vibe. But I wanted like something denim. So I found that dress and I found these crazy boots and then I bedazzled it myself. And then obviously I had all my dancers, they are subject to whatever crazy idea I have for everybody to wear, but they were on board. So I loved it.
Fashion being your thing, I mean, did you go to the Eras tour? And what about those outfits?
Oh my God. Yes. And this morning, actually, I woke up at 5:30 to go to Pilates and Taylor Swift had announced her movie that she's doing at AMC. So I spent all morning in a queue for that. But I have been to the Eras tour 4 times. And I recently, for one of my most recent shows, my mom and I made one of her dresses that she wore. And I was obsessed with it when I saw it. And I was like, I have to have it. Granted, neither of us have ever made anything like that or know how to like sew professionally, but we figured it out and I believed that we would be able to do it and we did.
I loved that you had backup dancers and a whole band up there on stage. What can people expect when they go to your shows?
I love a show. Like I love for it to feel like a show. I actually also had the opportunity recently to perform at Hotel Ziggy, which is like a really awesome hotel in LA, and it was just me and my band, which I don't do often, but I love that element too. But there's something about like a show, I think because I grew up with people like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande, and they just like come at you with like production and dancers, and I grew up dancing. I love having dancers and choreography and involving everybody and like everyone shining on stage like with me. I like it to be like a together effort. So I love a show.
Having some of this kind of also like dark pop influence for you, when you look forward to like a tour and really getting out there on the road, do you kind of already have like a vision of what you want it to look like when you're going to be up on stage and touring around the country?
Oh my gosh, I've had so many dreams of that. I can only hope that one day that's like a real thing. I feel like that's the ultimate for any artist, but for me, because Taylor Swift is like the blueprint for me 100%. And she is like, I mean, her Eras tour is like the exact model, I think, of what any artist would dream of. But yeah, just like the elements of surprise and lighting and visuals, all of that is something that I've always thought about. I don't know what it would look like for me, but something really exciting and fun and dark, probably.
Well, you just dropped the EP, so what can we expect next from you? Are there talks about a tour?
No, I don't have any talks of a tour yet. More just like trying to perform live at places. I'm just trying to kind of get myself out there because I do consider myself like a new artist still. I hope I get to tour at one day soon or in the future. I have a new song I think that's going to come out. I definitely have a song that's coming out. It's either going to come out in September or October, and it's like another spookier song. So we'll see. We'll see. It's nice. I'm like building a set list with all the releases. So it's exciting now that when I perform, I have like a catalog that I can pick from and kind of like make shows according to the venue or wherever I'm playing.
And right now you're doing that balance of you're a new singer-songwriter, you're making music, performing shows, but you're also still working, and you work at like Disney as like a character or something.
Yeah, I do perform at Disneyland. I've performed there since I was 17. That was my first job and really my only real job I've ever like continuously had. So Disney's been like my college. I didn't go to school, so I've met my best friends there, my boyfriend there. It's a really special place, and I've met so many people, and it's also been a blueprint of me like performing wise, and like socially. You get a lot of social skills from working at a place like that.
You being so into fashion and you loving Halloween, you probably have the best Halloween costume ideas. What's been your favorite so far?
Last year I did The Bride of Frankenstein and my boyfriend was Frankenstein, and I really love that. And the year before that I was Edward Scissorhands, which I like doing like modern takes on like scary things. I don't love doing like just like a beautiful character, I kind of want something that's like dark so I can like fashionify it. You know what I mean?
And growing up in SoCal, and you being there and performing at all these cool venues, what are some spots for those watching from Chicago and around the country that you like recommend going to in Malibu? Like, what are your like top spots? It could be music, could be food.
Ooh. Well, beach wise, I love El Matador Beach, which is kind of like, I think everyone kind of goes to Zuma. That's the iconic one where people know Zuma, but El Matador Beach is beautiful. They have caves there and it's like a little bit more intimate of a beach. And food wise, there's so much food. I love like coffee and stuff. And we have Alfred's coffee and Blue Bottle coffee. And, we have this delicious, what is it? It's like, it's called Cafe Habana, but it's like a Mexican fusion restaurant and it is delicious. And they do karaoke nights on Wednesday. Malibu's like a quiet town though. Like she shuts down at like 5 p.m.
Have you been to Chicago yet?
I haven't, but I would love to. If you guys are ever doing shows and you want someone to perform, I will be there.
Look forward to having you come here. We will be your tour guides. And Haylee Joe, we want to thank you for taking the time. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? We're going to have a couple Grammys in the background. What do you think?
Yeah, I would not complain. Hopefully, most importantly, happy, but to hopefully also writing music and performing. And yeah, maybe a Grammy. I would not say no to that. Right now, I have like the world's best boss from the Office award on my desk. So that's all I got right now.
That's up there. Look, that is up there.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Haylee Joe, for talking with the Afternoon Mix on 101.9 The Mix. Thanks so much.
Thank you.